Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Mokanaman at YouTube, and it has been a long time no see. Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, this channel has been forced into a second hiatus this year. And I think I need to come clean why this is occurring, but I don't want to alarm or lead to any weird things out there why this channel is not really operating. And it's mostly due to my personal circumstances. Nothing serious or bad, but in short, even though I don't talk about my personal life at all on this channel, I am changing careers. I'm required to re-educate myself. I'm getting new qualifications, going and studying, working at the same time. It's a process that's transferring, so I'm having to work, study, organise my qualifications and government paperwork at the same time. It's a big jump in my life, and with other things happening at the same time, with short courses being super intensive, unfortunately my hobby has to be put aside. That aside though, I'm a big advocate of work-life balance. I do have to do this right now to be happy in the future, and hopefully with my new career, my new lifestyle, I'm actually going to have a lot more free time, and that's going to leave of course more free time for my hobbies and a bigger income for my hobbies. So this channel will operate as usual once this large transfer occurs. At the moment I'm in the absolute heart and intensity of the worst part, and making videos is very difficult. The work in progress for the Gunpla Builder World Cup build was very easy because it's just updates. There was nothing in the way of new content, and I'm waiting to actually review the model in question. I managed to put all the event videos out, which was quite painful and difficult to do with other things on the side, though they're all out. And I had an absolute wonderful time with the Australian community, people with Ghost to Zealand. I was very happy with how I placed, which was 8th place. I got wonderful prizes and items I'd love to show off, as well as other things in the works. Though I am still modelling and I am still interacting with the local community, I at least have enough time for that. So in short, I'm still happy. I'm still involved in the community and hobby. Unfortunately, I have to cut back on elements of time. The YouTube channel is one of them. Once everything has been completed to my satisfaction in the way of my career and my life, I will slowly be returning to YouTube with a weekly video release in depth in tutorials and usual content. So to my subscribers, my viewers and my colleagues, I do apologise. I do ask for your patience, and not only myself but my channel and the community around this channel will be rewarded with the excess time that I have. That all done and dusted, I am hoping to finish everything I need to get done within 1 month, or 4 to 4.5 weeks, and then possibly another few weeks to a month after that to get other things in my house into order. I'll be in the full swing of holidays and summer. Now that should be when I'll have more time, and things will be very interesting, and I'll be able to do more projects for this very channel. Now for the rest of the vlog, information about the local community, this channel, and of course the hobby, because who cares why I'm not active at the moment, as long as I'm still dedicated and floating around the hobby. The Gunpla Builders World Cup, we've just covered through that. It will be hosted again next year in Sydney. Works in the process of the rules being released and announcements and whatnot. Most of the information has been in the review of that event video, and the tie-ups will be in the review of the big diorama titled Golden Glory, with the 6 Gundams sitting right behind my head, which you probably can't see from the bush springing out. I've also entered a competition quietly in the gundamforum.com.au, a group build called the Forgotten Relics. Proudly, I would like to announce that I came first in that. This is the second time I've come first in a group build within that community. It was a model that I worked on to de-stress during my short courses, and it was a lot of fun. Finished just narrowly of the deadline. All of that has been posted to the mokanaman Facebook page. I do put little bits of photos and teasers of what I am working on the odd day, or a few weekends, or a few hours that I have spare. So there'll be little photos of things that I'm working on. I think the current project, which is a B Club Leo from Gundam Wing, a 1100 authentic B Club, very expensive kit. Actually used to be owned by Gunpla Nut and started by him. I purchased it off him and intend to finish it. Big news! At the end of this week, 27th and 28th of September, Melbourne, Australia, so local community, listen up. The anime convention Animaga. We've struck a deal with the local store Animaga, the Bandai supplier, as well as Mecha Workshop, to host a workshop very similar to what we used to do at Manifest before its demise. So there will be a large workshop with model competition, prizes, giveaways. The biggest thing about this is, in the past couple of years, there has been the growth of a few clubs which are featured in my video model expo. We have Gundam Club Australia, which is very local to the nerve centre of Mecha Workshop, as well as a new upcoming shop and community on the eastern side of Melbourne, Gundam Universe. I have contacted the administration and leaders of those groups to form a coalition, and we're going to host the biggest Gundam workshop and meetup ever done in this state and country. It is going to be absolutely massive. If you are a resident of Melbourne, Australia, it is very worthwhile checking out. We're going to have a lot of people there, including past and present Gunpla Builder World Cup winners, Ghost of Xeon, other known bloggers and vloggers, as well as the most dedicated people from the 3 big clubs in Melbourne, as well as airbrush lessons and demonstrations if you would like to further yourself, learn more about the hobby, be better at Gundam building, get personal hands-on lessons or assistance, or even just buy model kits or hang out with people, make friends. This is the place to absolutely do it. It's a low-key anime con, but I've been given the opportunity to make it the central and big meeting place for Gunpla, a Gunpla convention. So this would be an opportunity for modelers to network. There is a fee to get in and whatnot, obviously, but this would be a very worthwhile experience. I'm planning the majority of it, and I do promise it will be a very fun and very worthwhile weekend. Very worth checking out. I'm going to put links down below for the Facebook group Gundam Club Australia, where a lot of the Gunpla modelers in Australia do tend to hang out and network, as well as the website for Animaga for location, times and prices. If you do come, give a bit of a shout out. I would very much like to meet you, so if you do come along, say hello. I would love to hear from you. Going back home to the mokanaman YouTube channel, we have reached 3,000 subscribers during my quiet time. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to announce it when it occurred, and traditionally and promised on this channel, I always run a competition when I hit a 1,000 milestone. And this will occur. I have just purchased a prize that will be for a giveaway. I have thought of what the competitions are going to be. Now at the moment there is a lot of competitions, group builds, all these things that require you to build a model kit for some online community, reason, theme, whatever. And I feel it's quite greedy for people to invest time to build a model kit for my purposes, my competitions, to win a fairly mediocre prize that I can pull out of my own resources. Instead, what I normally do is something that's a community interaction event that does not favour experienced modelers over younger modelers. In the past has been like write a hobby tutorial or post a picture of your workbench. Now unfortunately YouTube has changed a lot over the several years I've been on YouTube, and the video response system does no longer work. So competitions are done differently, or most communities unfortunately do not do the traditional YouTube competition. Though I'm going to try my best to do something, and the plan is to have it fairly open-ended, partially hosted on the mokanaman Facebook page, partially done by receiving content via email. What I'm going to do is something of the various easy themes of write a tutorial or product review or a picture of your workspace. There's something like that. And it will be in any medium of your choice. So if you want to do a YouTube video, if you want to take some photos and write it on a blog and put it on your blog, or you write a PDF or a book or any sort of online medium that you interact online, I'm going to have multiple ways of submitting it. And when the competition's done, all the content will be shown on a video, so people will be able to check out what you've created, blogged, vlogged, whatever, as well as direct links posted on the Facebook page. And the most informative, most interesting, most new concept will win this interesting prize. Obviously open worldwide, not just Australia. So these are the ideas I'm throwing around for my 3K competition. Unfortunately, again, stated in the start of the video, due to what I'm doing with my life and short-term studies, I will not be able to run the competition for about a month or so, though I will do my very best to run it sometime this year with a 1 to 2 month deadline. It'll probably either take a few hours, or some people want to put more effort, but it's not too time consuming out of your hobby time, yet it contributes to the hobby in some way of a pool of shared information that people can learn about using products, building Gunpla, painting Gundams, as well as open to the rest of the model kit community. Not to forget that I've got a lot of subscribers in tanks and military. At the moment the content of this channel is focused on Gundam models, because a lot of events are springing up around this time of year. But since a lot of that is dying down at the moment, I would love to get my teeth into a couple of 70-second tanks and a resin figure. Now going into what I plan as future projects once my channel goes back online as a regular thing. What I found to be very popular was my question answer video series. I wanted to maintain one of those happening once a month to assist the community. I'm afraid my promise of that has been broken. It will be restarted, and I'll try to continue that on a monthly basis. It was very popular. It seems to be helpful. People enjoyed it, so that will be restarted, as well as the airbrush series, honing your airbrush skills. I'm going to get rusty again at drawing these fine lines and being an absolute airbrush expert. But talking to the current Australian champion, who started a blog called MOTD, I'll put a link down below. He's given me some amazing lessons and tips. What my biggest weakness was at the Gunpla Builder World Cup was my painting skills. And it's something that I'm going to continue working on, even though there has been a vast improvement in 12 months in my personal abilities. If I wish to grow in these competitions, I'm going to be continuing working on that, and I would like to take the rest of the viewership and the community along for the ride if interest is there. So that series will be rebooted and continued, as well as regular videos on tutorials, product reviews, builds, and finished kits, modified kits. There's a few group builds and communities I'd love to get involved in and build models for those communities or group builds. They're just a great way to get your name out, your work out, as well as making friends in the Gunpla or scale modelling community. I've actually been interacting with Facebook a lot lately, and found out some people are joining these really massive mecha communities that seem quite cliquey, with up to 10,000 people involved, with regular posters not interacting too much with smaller posters. Advice to those guys, look for smaller communities. Some of these bigger communities can be opinionated and cliquey. Smaller communities is a great place to make friends, as well as grow as a hobbyist, or if you find a few people around your skill level, grow as a group. I did something very similar with a group of people in the old Bakuk forums, and this is going many, probably close to 10 years ago. That's the key to interacting with communities. Group builds are an amazing way to get yourself out there, and larger channels, larger people love to do it as well, as a way of having fun and interacting with the grassroots movement. And I hate to see myself get too big where I wouldn't interact with everybody, because on this channel I like to consider everybody who participates in the hobby and watches as colleagues, not viewers. Rambling way too much. Thank you very much again for your patience. I do apologise, there has been some broken promises this year, big changes to my life that I have not predicted, but this channel will stay alive and things will go back to normal very shortly. I am still modelling, I'm still interacting and making a priority of my local community, because big changes are happening there, and who knows, Australia might be one of the meccas of the mecha community. A bad pun right there. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, if you have any questions, comments, please post below. I'm always available to help via PM and comments on older videos, as I still check my emails daily. Catch you guys later.